Hello, hello, Gemini. This is your general reading. I decided to do a general reading for the month of May. This is for anybody that is Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And the spread that I'm going to use is current situation, any obstacles, and what advice the cards have for you this month. So, what is Gemini's current situation? What is Gemini's obstacles? And what advice do we have for Geminis? So your current situation here is the King of Swords, which is actually making me feel as though you might have someone really domineering. It could be male or female, more a male energy that is kind of his word or nothing. It's kind of like I feel like you're underneath their thumb. You're not able to really express yourself right now, and you kind of are maybe in fear of, if it's work related, maybe losing a job. If it's in a relationship, maybe losing that particular relationship. It's kind of like there's someone that you kind of fear right now being your true self, for whatever the consequence may be. This king does have a very strong energy. What they say goes. They're not very emotional. Their word is like, so I feel as though right now you have someone that is maybe you feel as though they are limiting your potential. They're limiting what you can do and how you can show up in the world. This person seems to, whether they recognize this or not, it's as though they are completely have you under their thumb, and that's how you're feeling, and that's might not be their intention, of course, but it's kind of like you don't necessarily feel you can be your true self and allow your true self to shine and be all that you can be because of this domineering kind of energy that's going on in your life right now. So what are these obstacles? So the obstacles is the Lovers in reversed. So upright, this card is kind of like, people think it's actually about like a love union, like in a romantic way, but this actually, from my perspective, is like the union between like your old self and your new self. And in the reverse position, I would say, if I'm taking that perspective, that maybe the obstacle right now is that you have been acting, behaving, coming into, like showing up in this world in one certain way. And this card is kind of saying that you are blocking yourself maybe from the transformation and the growth and the, doing things differently than you've ever done them before. It's kind of like you are blocking yourself from doing that. I'm saying blocking yourself because whenever I see a card that's in reverse, I usually think of it as an internal block or even an external block, but usually it tends to be an internal blocks in the mind, in you preventing yourself from doing something. So I feel like you actually right now are in the way of whatever obstacles that you have or whatever challenges that you have right now. And if I look at it in terms of the King of Swords, it's kind of like maybe the King of Swords sees you one way, and right now you might want to be doing something different. You want to change the way you're showing up, but you don't necessarily feel as though with this kind of domineering energy that you're able to maybe change how they see you. So if we take an example, for example, a father-child relationship, it's like the dad always sees you in a certain way, and this is what he expects of you, and he wants you to do A, B, C, D, E, and up until this point, you have been living up to their expectations and living up to, what they have planned out for you. But this card in the upright position would be like, okay, I understand where I've come from, what I've learned up until now. I'm going to step off into the world and do things my own way. But this card is in the reverse position, which means that you might be blocking the idea of you stepping out from what you've always known up until now. So if you want something to be different, you're going to have to actually change what you do. I truly believe is your thoughts create things, and your beliefs create your reality. So right now, if you want or believe or have the hopes and aspirations of things being different than they are right now, you're going to have to start with your thoughts and your ideas and your internal world in order for you can see the reflection of what you actually desire in your life in your outer world. So then for the advice, which is kind of similar to what I've already said, but it is the Empress card in reverse. Now, both the Lovers and the Empress cards are both from the Major Arcana, and Major Arcana cards generally speak about life's major events and changes. So I feel as though right now you're going through a major shift in your life. And the Empress card, Empress upright, is about abundance. She's like the ultimate feminine woman. She's loving, she has the pomegranate. It's just everything's growing, and it's like a full of life, abundant energy is the upright version of this card, but it's reversed. So the advice that I'm suggesting from this reverse card would be that you may want to start looking at yourself as more of seeing more of the feminine side of things. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. We both have masculine and feminine energy within us. We both are able to exude both of these energies. And, having these energies in balance is sometimes what is really, really good for, creating the life that we desire. This is suggesting that maybe you've been focusing more on the masculine energy. If you're female, especially, we live in a time where, women are CEOs, women are, they're doing things that had up until now been typically male-oriented careers, we'll say, or even the fact that, women are now coming across as, a little more strong-willed. They are dating without having any emotion. Like things that were typically at one point feminine are now that women are tending to be a little more masculine in how they show up in either their relationships or work environment, which is 100% great. I am all for, pro women living their lives however women want to live their lives. Absolutely. If they want to, exude a lot of masculine energy, that is 100% their prerogative. But I do feel sometimes that there needs to be a little bit of a balance. There needs to be a balance of the feminine energy, the yin and the yang. If you're looking for a relationship, it's like, especially from a female perspective, if you've been very masculine in how you've been, getting into relationships with men, you may find that you're not attracting men or the type of men that you want, because it's just the balance is that masculine men are going to be looking for most likely a feminine energy. And that's just how things go. Masculine and feminine energies just need to balance out. So you might want to bring in some things just gentler and softer into your life. So whether it be giving yourself a romantic candle lit bath with some, rose oil in the water, or going for, a walk along the river edge, whatever. Getting a nice flowy dress, taking some sexy dance classes, learning how to make some sexy food, whatever it is. I would just suggest maybe bringing in some more of this upright Empress energy into your life. Just kind of lavish yourself in the femininity if you find that a lot of your male energy is where you sit more comfortably right now, or for the most part in your life right now. So it does seem like it's time for a shift for you. So if you actually have been, this card also can mean that it could be you that has this domineering masculine energy. And so maybe it's time for you to shift from this energy and to pretty much the polar opposite energy would be the Empress. So getting either out of this energy, like the rule of thumb of this energy, or if this is you that is exemplifying this energy, it's time to get into a little bit more of the feminine side of things rather than blocking that. All right. So I hope that resonates with you, Gemini, and I will see you next month. Subscribe right here.